かけろきらめき目を覚ました声が高く告げた譲れない願いがあるんだろうだからそういういつもにの衝動走らせて
Let's get this show on the road. Wait.
Always ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to UsagiRoll podcast number 5. I'm your host once again, AnimeKami. And tonight we have a very special podcast for all of you. It is the Fall 2015 First Impressions.
Yay.
And with me are 5 lovely people. One of them cannot tank in an MMORPG. And so, before I introduce them, there is a little special something with this podcast. Each member were given a specific number of anime to think about and to bring up in the discussion tonight. And that limiting number is 2. And when I introduce them, they're going to give you a mystery box and one of the animes they're going to tell you their name of. And if they pick their mystery box once they're called upon, they get to pick the next member to discuss their anime. So without further ado and without further delay, let's introduce the members. Of course, and I, as the host, I will be talking about Fafner, Exodus 2. And I'll leave the mystery to anyone's bewilderment. So the first person I want to introduce is Aidenraine.
What's up? I am aidenraine, and I can tank in MMOs. I played a paladin for several years in Final Fantasy XI. My first, or one of the animes I'm going to be talking about is the harem anime Asterisk.
Okay. And our next guest, hailing from a lovely cornfield, handsome as hell, BioPower.
Hi everyone, happy Halloween. I will be discussing Concrete Revolutio, very crazy show.
Oh, is that it for the Mazefield? Excuse me. Our third guest, it's her very first time on this podcast. It's a very special moment for us, for me in particular. I will be very gentle in introducing her. She is the lovely, the elegant, the... I'll just end with lovely. Steph.
Hello. One of the anime we're talking about is Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, which is my personal favorite anime this season.
Figures that the vampire would be talking about the one with the blood in the title.
See? Isn't she lovely? Let's give her a warm welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome, Steph.
Welcome, Steph.
Hey, people who I have not introduced, don't interrupt yet.
Escape while you can.
Okay, the fourth person is ShawnHacaga. Handsome man. Absolutely handsome. Sean?
Did Sean fall asleep? Maybe he turned into a zombie again.
No, I am not a zombie. I sometimes leave my body and visit the near shore.
Oh, I see.
That being said, I'm clearly going to be talking about an anime called Noragami Aragoto, so look forward to it.
Okay, the final person that I will be introducing is someone who can... Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go faster, faster, gotta go... Excuse me. Sonic 720.
Hello, Sonic 720 here. I will be talking about One Punch Man.
One Punch Man.
And he is not a blue hedgehog.
That we know of.
Okay. And now I'd just like to remind everyone that if they pick their mystery box, they get to call on the next person. And since I'm the host, I will take things... well, I guess I'm kind of forced to talk about this. I will choose my mystery box, And the anime I will be talking about is Gochumon wa Usagi desu ka? The second season. First impressions. First 3 episodes were how you call type 3 diabetes? Type 3 diabetes? It's induced by moe.
Pretty accurate.
It's just absolutely cute. Now, if I were to critique this anime further, the differences between season 2 and season 1 remained relatively the same. It did shift the focus from the 2 primary candidates, Chino and Kokoa, to Chino's friends. What were their names? Mayu and
Sharo.
no, not them. No, Chino's friends. Mayu.
Oh, Chino's friend.
Yeah. Mayu and Megu, right? And in episode 3, we get to see a little bit more personality development from Chino, which we didn't get a lot of that in season 1. In season 1, it was a build-up towards, I want to say, a build-up towards season 2, even though plans weren't in the makings for season 2. And so I felt like there's this discontinuation between the first season and the second season where the audience member has to have a predisposition of knowing what season 1 was, then they can get into season 2. Now, you might be thinking this is pretty logical, you have to watch season 1 before you watch the season 2. This is not always the case, at least for me and what I feel. There are certain anime out there that you can jump straight to the season 2 and they will reintroduce you to the characters, what they do, their background, what their relationships are. And you can watch season 2 as if it was a standalone and only. Now with that little, my little critique, I'd like to open up the floor to anyone who wants to kind of chime in on this Diabetes 3 anime.
I cannot because that's too cute for me.
Steph, you're too lovely for this anime, please. Who wants to talk about this? Anyone?
Did anybody actually watch it?
Well,
Yeah, I
I would
watched
assume so. It's our avatar, right?
I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I haven't watched the newest episode, but yeah, type 3 diabetes is pretty dang accurate, especially if you watch that ending.
The ending song, it kind of goes. It seems part of the episode, really, that it's the closure. I believe there's this one little difference between all the endings. It's like rock paper scissors, and Chino changes her decision after each episode. I believe the first episode was scissors, second episode was rock. Yeah. So that's something.
I
to
did
look
not
at.
notice that.
Probably gonna be rock again.
Oh, do you know why you guys didn't notice that? Because you didn't name yourselves
Why?
Kami.
That's fair.
Absolutely fine. Okay, so I did my mystery box. I don't know if anyone else wants to chime in. Last chance.
I'll just say that Shara was is best girl, and
Mhm.
bring back those characters and add another another question mark, and yep, it's a fun show.
You're not going to turn this into
If it
Waifu Wars, are you, Bio?
Oh, it'll be waifu.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay,
She's the one on our podcast. Come on, guys.
she is on our
If it was up to
podcast.
me, if it was up to me, it'd be Rize. But
Well, you know, it's up to the person who makes the graphics for us. Post-production. Hint, hint.
Damn it.
I like where this is going.
Yeah, Sean, it's all your own fault. You are your own worst enemy.
That I am.
Okay. So, I believe we are all lovely gentlemen, right? I
Well,
don't
not
know
all of
what
us
this-
are lovely gentlemen.
Oh, we're all lovely gentlemen. And as lovely gentlemen, that's not a correct. There's no S. Anyways, as lovely gentlemen, it's always ladies first. Am I correct?
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies first. So I'm gonna have
So
to
why
call
did
on
you go
Steph.
first, Kami?
Oh, why? Because I'm Kami. I'm like.
Oh,
God.
so you're a
Yeah.
god. You're above.
Gods
men and-
before ladies,
all right.
then men.
It's age. It's age before beauty, wisdom before looks.
And God before all of that.
Yeah, sure. So Steph, which one are you gonna choose? Are you gonna choose your mystery box, or are you gonna choose the one you revealed already?
I want to say the one I'm more hyped about for later, so I'll do the mystery box.
Oh.
My second choice was going to be Beautiful Bones, which is because I really enjoyed the first episode. But by this point, when we finally got to the podcast, I'm kind of less. I don't look forward to it as much as I thought I would. One of the issues I think that someone brought up that I agree with was it feels like there's not enough time for each mystery in the second and third episode. Like it feels like the mysteries could have been done a lot better if there was more time, and because there's not, and they're doing it per episode, it feels like it's not given enough like elements to it. Like it feels like there's something missing. But I still really like about the show though is the main character herself, because he's development. Yeah, the main character herself, because she's kind of like a female Sherlock Holmes.
Kinda like a female.
But kind of like a female Sherlock Holmes, in that she has like some personality issues, but she's very solves mysteries.
Mm-hmm. Now, you said that there's not enough time to develop these mysteries. Of course, this anime is on a time constraint, or rather an episode constraint, about 12, 13 episodes per the season. Do you think it's because it's constrained to this many episodes, they have to do kind of a episodic mystery versus some longer mystery anime such as Detective Conan to have like 5 episodes, 10 episodes to develop one mystery?
I think they are doing one mystery in the way they are slowly revealing the past of the main heroine and the main character. Like in the first episode, they very much teased the relationship, or by each time the main character thought about the relationship, he would get distracted even in his voiceover and kind of drop what he was saying to the audience. And so they're all having a big mystery of like the relationship and what's happened with the main heroine's character that died in the past, I think. So they're all doing that, but they're also doing the episodic mystery. And I don't know. I kind of wish like some mysteries were given 2 episodes instead of 1. But any more than 2 would probably be too much.
2 and 5. Does anyone else agree or disagree with 2 and 5 episodes? Do you think having such a specific episode constraint is a good thing or a bad thing?
I would say that this show, so far the mysteries haven't been significant enough to really warrant more than 1 episode, I think. They're kind of revealing the past of the heroine, like Steph was saying, but I mean, if you're gonna cover it, give the episodes to the more important ones coming up.
Right. You had something to say, Sonic, I believe?
I was gonna say I haven't seen this yet, but I believe it can be done in like 1 or 2 episodes pretty well.
Right.
Considering Detective Conan has, usually works in 1 episode for the mystery, and I think that works out pretty well.
Right.
Sometimes it's 2 episodes, and those ones have a little bit different flow to them, but it's pretty much the same overall formula, just more suspense.
I see. I will add 2 things to this anime. First, when she wears those gloves, it does not make that squeaking sound. It absolutely does not make that squeaking sound.
You are the expert on that.
I change like half a box of gloves every day. I think I know. Thank you. And the second thing is, I believe that for this anime, being an episodic mystery, it leaves room for development with the main heroine and the protagonist. Because we have already seen iterations of why the protagonist is next to the heroine and what the issue is the heroine has with the detective aspect of her life and why she likes bones so much and why she likes death in general. It's because she can't let go of the past, and she examines the past to move forward in her future, or hopefully get some closure for those around her. And so I will pass the baton back to Steph. If she has nothing to say, or if no one else has anything to add, she has the choice of choosing the next person. Oh, I should add that the person who went app before Steph is safe, which is me. Host. These are host rules. I just made them up.
I would like to add something.
Okay, Sean, go ahead.
Going back to when you just said about she's trapped by the past. I'm not sure if it's the opening or the ending, but one of them starts off with the words, "This is for anyone who's ever been trapped by the past, and hopefully they can get over it and look towards the future." Which I think is great, because it fits the theme of the show.
I am so...
Another thing is...
I do agree that's
yes,
probably that's a really good concept that the show does well, is each mystery has to do with the dead bodies in the past, but the main character, the main heroine, we're slowly getting to see why she's stuck in the past. So I really agree with that concept. And I don't pass it to Sean, who just talked.
Oh, well, thank you for putting me on the spot, Steph.
Oh,
I introduced her as lovely. I should have said vengeful as well.
Devious.
no, Sean is a gentleman, and I felt it's just want to talk. He's a nice guy, kind of.
Well,
Kind
thank
of.
you, Steph. Kind of.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
No, that's
guy.
okay, Steph. You are still a classy lass, and I love you.
Oh, you guys should get your own cast. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Anyways, I don't want to
Alright,
scare her off. Continue.
Been the ante this episode, I guess.
Alright.
that I'd be gone like months ago.
Alright, that wasn't a confession. Since we're talking about love now, I guess I can move on to the show I did say I would pick, and everyone knew that I would choose Noragami Aragoto. So this is the second season of the anime, and this time it focuses on the much anticipated Bishamon arc. I could talk about Hiyori and Yata all day long, or as the shippers like to call them, Yatori.
Yakitori is pretty good, by the way.
Yes, it is. But I think I should focus on Bishamon and her past with Yato. But first, on Bishamon as a character, I think she's a great female character, which anime sadly doesn't have enough of these days. She's actually like more complex than most female characters you see in like shonen these days. On one hand, she's strong, and she shows it every time she's on screen. She has this composed, elegant vibe to her. At the same time, she has like this maternal instinct, which you can see with all her shinki. She desperately wants to protect all of them, so much to the point that it causes her extreme pain. And that's one of the underlying themes of the season, is how much she cares for them, and oftentimes she cares so much about so many people that sometimes she can't focus on a particular shinki or person. They feel left out, and they start to hurt. And since they hurt, she feels their pain as well.
I was just going to say is that she is a very good female character, and she's very relatable in the sense that she's trying to take care of her family. So much that watching everything that's happening slowly tries to take her down it's really painful. Like seeing like the doctor guy just slowly turn the wheels and kind of making it so to lead to a defeat, and she doesn't know it, and she's walking right into it. It's very painful, and like, please don't walk right into it, because you know it's something bad is gonna happen, you know. And because he's such a good character and is represented well and shown well, that's why you care more about it, what's happening to her in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree she's oftentimes blinded by her kindness?
So, being the matriarch of the family, her maternal instincts are very strong. And being a mother, in a motherly position such as yourself, doing everything you can for your children is your number one priority. And when you try so hard to be there for your children, most of the time your children reciprocate those feelings by not wanting to make you worry, to, quote, shoulder some of the burdens of the household. And in Noragami, the relationship between the master and the Shinki is such that when your Shinki worries, the master gets blighted. So the Shinki are putting on such a good, strong face so that the master doesn't have to worry. However, that's very wrong. That's very wrong. Humans communicate by talking to each other. We interact with each other, body language, tone of voice, and we try to sort out our feelings and differences by communication. And when the master, all she hears is everything is daijoubu, for the lack of a better pun. Everything will be daijoubu. She is put in this ignorant bubble that she's not aware of her children whatsoever. And so we're putting it in this predicament. She's such a good motherly figure that she's ignorant about the little details, or major details around her family, and that's the ultimate cause of her harm, right? And I think, as a first impression, this maternal instinct for Noragami Aragoto is a very strong and very deeply felt anime for me.
I would also agree. It does a good job at generating emotional impact every episode so far. Like, take example, the one that just aired. And we finally saw the past with her and Yato, and how, Yato slaughtered her entire first family. But she doesn't know the whole story, because Kazuma kept telling her that Yato is our enemy and our savior at the same time. But she never knew the reason that it was Kazuma. He ordered Yato to kill her family to protect her. He was looking out for her. And, over the years now, she's, built her grudge against Yato, unwavering in her hate for Yato. And that, it's unfortunate, but that hate is what makes her susceptible to people like the Dr. Kugaha, who are going to take advantage of that and try to wheel and deal things how they see fit.
Right. Okay. Since Sean talked about his announced anime and not his mystery box, the baton passes back to me, and I have to call on a different person. Steph. Just kidding.
I'm about to say, no, don't you do that to me.
No,
do it. Do it.
Into the fire.
Into the fire. No,
That's a great song.
By the way, Noragami has a great opening and ending.
Oh,
It
God,
really
that
does.
opening, it does.
The opening's alright, but I love the ending.
okay, since Aiden was the only one who just says it's alright, let's just go with Aiden.
Meh.
Into the fire.
Alright, so to make things harder on Kami, since he passed the baton to me. I'm going to talk about my announced anime, which is Gakusen Toushi asterisk.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is one of the many quote-unquote light novel battle harem anime that it's going this season.
Woo! Battle harem. High
So many
five.
of those.
There are so many of them this season. Oh God,
It's great.
and the fact that 2 of them air on the exact same day. Oh man, it's so awesome.
And like the first episode was almost identical.
No,
Christmas.
not almost. They were exactly identical.
One's slightly
But-
better than the other.
Hey, this is why I picked asterisk. I actually like asterisk.
You don't like the other one?
No, I like them both. I like them about the same. For anybody who doesn't know, the other anime we're talking about is
Chivalry of a Failed Knight.
Yep. But I like both of them about the same. I think they both excel in different areas. Most people probably will say that they do like Chivalry better than asterisk. Mainly for the characters and the fact that Stella isn't a blind tsundere like most of the main heroines in these animes are. Fairly similar to Sword Art Online. Like, you have the overpowered protagonist who's not necessarily overpowered because he has something that holds him back. In his case, it's a spell that his sister placed on him. But he is the overpowered main protagonist, and he goes into this battle school looking for pretty much the reason for living. Like, why he's still there, what he is supposed to do with his life.
Best girl's the blonde, by the way.
Agreed.
Is it
Nah.
because she's blonde?
It's because, well,
It helps.
For Kami, it's always because they're blonde. Personally, I like the blue-haired one the best.
What do you think of the blonde's little segments at the end?
The end of episode 4.
Yeah. At the
That-
end of the episode, she has the little segments where she's speaking to the audience.
That I actually like that. It's a technology that was originally developed for visual novels a few years ago, where they take the 2D animation and use computers to make it pseudo 3D where it moves.
okay.
Okay.
Well, of course, we love Aidenraine's thoughts. Bio, you wanted to add something, right?
Yeah. I'd say the characters aren't as interesting in Asterisk to me. But if you're looking for something really shiny, this is one of. This thing has really high production values from A1 Pictures. So
Could you
Yeah,
define shine for me?
Bravely.
Brave Shine, yeah.
Oh,
Brave
I
Shine.
see.
No, it's not quite Unlimited Budget Works level, but A1
No.
is actually throwing money at this one.
Beautiful animation, yeah, from Asterisk. So, and the
Okay.
ending. Don't forget the ending and opening.
Hey,
The
hey,
They have
opening is
promoted
great.
it.
let's leave
They
the
have
side dish
promoted
out
it
of
as from
this.
Sword Art Online.
We're going to leave the
Studio.
side dishes out of this. Hint, hint.
Okay.
Okay. So, since Aiden wants to make me do more work, we will go in a round in a circle. I could either choose BioPower or Sonic. Honestly, the reason why I want to choose Sonic right now is because he has something special. He has something special. So, with all due respect and not to troll anyone, Sonic, please take the floor.
Alright, I will talk about One Punch Man.
Ah, crap.
There goes that plan.
I
Wow.
faked you out there, Kami. I faked you out.
So, Sonic, you should
Anyway,
belt out the opening.
Yes, you should.
go
No more
super
opening
opening.
stock.
Go Super Gar and just do it like right now.
Kind of your inner jam
Alright,
project. Come on.
So with One Punch Man, I had seen a lot of buzz online revolving around the manga, and I hadn't read any of the manga going into it, so I had no idea what to expect. I just know it's a shonen-based type show. So the first episode, I was very pleasantly surprised at the brand of humor. The protagonist is like anything but your standard protagonist in a shonen type. Usually they're very Genki, gung-ho, I'm gonna save the world and defeat all the bad guys and look at me. Whereas this guy's just like, I don't care.
Nakama power.
I'm so strong. I'm honestly bored with the villains here. They're so weak, and that's where he gets his name, One Punch Man, because any of the antagonists he comes against, he can take out in one punch. Now, it's a pretty cool concept, I think. To be able to take out the antagonist in one punch makes it so that there's no drama between the two of them, so that it focuses more on the comedy instead of the build-up of the battle drama that most of the other shonen shows focus on. And it's something that I like. It's a good change of pace from the Narutos or the Bleaches or any of those other long-running shonens that seem to go on forever while they battle the same people over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Now, being that said, One Punch Man, right, as its name suggests, he can finish off his enemies in one punch. So, for me to make this conjecture, this anime, it's not about dragging out the fight scenes. There's really no point in dragging out the fight scenes because One Punch Man, right? One punch only. So, do you think the strength in this anime lies not in the fights, but the points leading up to the fights?
Yeah, I think it's the delivery, really, of the comedy, along with how they set up what's going to happen next. And it's from the perspective. A lot of times you see the antagonist, like the antagonist thinks, "Oh, I'm going to do this, this, and that, and I'm so powerful, nobody's going to be able to stop me." And in the meantime, you're looking over back at the protagonist, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm so bored today. Oh, what am I going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. City just got half wiped out. Oh, I guess I'll go save them. Oh, what a challenge." Not.
As anime develops, right? We have One Punch Man now, and then we had Dragon Ball Z 20, 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, excuse me. It would take upwards to 5-10 episodes in a fight just to charge up and kind of deliver the first punch or first kick. It seems like it's a 180 from this time, for me anyways, and it's very noticeable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as you mentioned, the strength lies in the leading up towards the fight. However, I would not dismiss the fights either, because the way he punches or the way he slaps, those are some great animation styles as well, because you don't have to animate as much. It's just that one scene. And so I think One Punch Man comes in as a complete package, anime-wise, because you have a great lead up to the fight, and the fight has great animation where it's not dragged out. You don't have to have so many animators animating the frames. And so you just kind of get the best of both worlds, animation and story.
And one thing I liked was, I think it was episode 2, or maybe 3, but the protagonist, he meets up with kind of his sidekick, his understudy, if you will. He's this really, really strong cyborg-like guy.
His deshi.
And he's going into great detail explaining to his hero and his sensei what he's gonna, like, what's happened, how he's got to this point, and he's just sitting there like, I can't take this. 20 words or less.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked that scene in the comedy in general in One Punch Man, because it kind of reminds me of Gintama, in which it makes fun of typical things you would expect from a shonen. Like I probably that has probably been done in which someone keeps talking and one of the Gintama characters is like, can you just skip over
Steph,
all
you've
this?
been going for too long.
Sorry.
20 lines or less.
20 words or less, Steph. 20 words or less.
Sorry.
Okay.
Stop
Jokes
monologuing.
aside.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's the fun of the comedy.
Right.
Like you know, you get to know this guy's character, and that he's just like, get to the point. Let's do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was over 20 lines, and we're going to have to move on. I'm sorry, Sonic.
Ooh.
But
One last thing about it. The
wanna say something.
visuals are gorgeous.
Well, it's Mecha House. No, wait. Madhouse.
Madhouse.
I was trying to
That
that
opening is hype as. Ooh, that opening's great.
Guys, opening,
Sonic, you
stop.
don't want to bust out the lines?
we'll bust out the moves later. But since Sonic ruined my plan, my Keikaku Dory wasn't so Keikaku and not very Dory. BioPower, I guess I can choose you now.
Yeah. I'll just move on to the next one. I'm actually going to start with K Return of Kings.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So, first of all, so everyone knows, this is the second season of K. You do need to watch the first season, and then you actually also need to watch the movie Missing Kings before you go into second season, because there's some very plot crucial points that you need to get from the movie before you can go in. Let's see how to start. In terms of Kings, or K at least, it's I already said asterisk was beautiful in its animation, but it doesn't even compare to K in terms of things. This one is much more shiny, and the animation is very sound. There's a lot of fluid fights. There is a great soundtrack. It is just polished beyond belief. I would say this is approaching your UFO table levels of animation. But in terms of interactions, this show is like all about its characters. And so far this season, it's been very slow-paced, kind of building as things come back together from events from the movie. And I'm not spoiling anything by saying this, but there is a new faction, the Green Clan, Jungle, and what they do is they basically made a game of the whole system. They are giving their powers away to random people through basically smartphone game, and making these people challenge warranted targets such as the other clans that the Green Team sets up. So basically they're making an entire game of the system. And just recently in the last episode, all the other clans, despite having a lot of disagreements with each other, have decided that this new team Jungle is too big of a deal to let alone. So it's been slow paced, but it's slowly building. It's gonna get there, just like the first season.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Two things. One, blonde is best girl again, and man, so many blondes. And
What, the silver-haired Lulu's not the best girl?
whoa, dude.
It's a NECA.
She wasn't in the Ultimate Lolly League. Let's not get there.
Got you there.
She's not Lois.
And so, my second comment would be, this is not ufotable level quite. However, if you watch this anime in anything less than 1080p, you're doing it a disservice, because it really is shiny. Really is shiny.
Definitely.
Good job, Go Hands. Great studio that people should watch more shows from.
I had no idea that they did this. I didn't even know of their studio before I looked up what K was done by.
Okay, let's open up the floor for a little bit more discussions. Is there anyone want to add to this anime, K Return of Kings?
I believe Sean's watching it.
Yes, I am. Bio, let me direct the question towards you.
All right.
You watched the first season, and
Yeah.
I know you watched the movie because we watched it together. Honestly, even up to the point where the second season's at right now,
Mm-hmm.
do you 100% understand what's going on in the K universe?
Not completely. I mean, it's one of those shows where you kind of like, I know what's going on, and then you kind of try to relay it back to someone. And you're like, well, hey, wait a second, maybe not. You know that there's a bit of a war going on between the clans, especially with the new clan that's popped up, the green one, and they kind of tried to explain something today about seceding or ascending to a new position, but yeah, it's kind of hard to follow sometimes.
So let me ask you one question, Bio. Do you think, it's just yes or no, simply, do you think K needs to be a bit more polished?
Maybe in terms of interactions. In terms of its animation quality, no, it's great. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's fantastic.
It is
Ladies
a
and
beautiful
gentlemen,
show.
I can't get a joke from these guys today. I am terribly sorry. They're just not cooperating.
Do we ever
Man.
cooperate, though?
I wish you cooperated so I could direct you guys a bit more, but that's just my fault for not being Super Saiyan right now because I haven't signed in on the Rabbit Cast.
Are you ever going to show us your final form tonight?
Nope, you don't deserve it.
Are we even going to
Shame.
get Super Saiyan level 2?
guys,
Alright.
it's Dragon Ball. It's going to take a long time.
Exactly. Probably, I'll probably do it in the 10th cast. Who knows?
Everyone be
Something to
prepared.
look forward to.
Something to look forward to.
He'll forget.
Like
Hint
4
for the
months
graphical
from now.
design guy. Super Saiyan on episode 10. Thank you. Okay, since that was the first round of everything, but Bio did pick his mystery box, he has the power to choose the next person. And anyone is up for games. Maybe except for Sonic. No,
Kami, you're up.
Excuse me, what?
You're up, Kami.
Oh,
Oh, snap.
I should've
Turned that
really
right
gone
around on you, didn't he?
I should have just totally
The
gone
go-
Super Saiyan. Okay, so since I did the mystery box because I was forced to, since I had to pick someone, my next anime is Soukyoku no Fafner, Exodus 2. And for me to say something about this anime, a little bit background needs to be presented. This anime originally started airing in 2005, 2006. And I did follow the anime since that time. And so that's been 9 to 10 years. And to be completely honest, I have no idea what was going on in the first season of Exodus. I had no idea. Because it's been so damn long. But watching it
Still
over
late to
again...
Neville, though.
But, watching it over again and slowly developing back the mirror and the humans and the island and the residents, the information came back to me, and why I enjoyed this anime so much. It's the post-apocalyptic feel of this anime which really caters to me, because it forces the human emotions to choose between life and death and whether to be selfish or unselfish. Simply because when the residents of the island were given the choice to help all of humanity, they chose to help all all of humanity. Whereas if they remained on the island, protected with their bubble and their own Fafners, they could have probably gone by, another few generations, just existing by their little bubble, literally little bubble. But no, they chose the one nature of human aspect that is somewhat disgusting, in a sense. It is extending your hand to help people when you yourself can't actually fend off the mirrors well enough to help others. But it's that self-sacrificing and hope, encouragement that really kind of thrusts this anime towards the top for me, is because humans are put in this situation. There is this challenge, and in order for the problem to be solved, everyone has to put aside their differences. They have to put aside themselves as first and propel human civilization towards the ultimate goal of survival. So in this anime, for me, there's no such thing as race. There's no such thing as species per se. There are no sectors, no sects. It's humans versus mirrors. And in order for humans to conquer the mirrors, humans need to evolve alongside some of the good mirrors. And above all, they need to learn to evolve with each other. So that's my first impressions about this second season. I love it. The animation, it's pretty much stock footage, I want to say, but other than that, they did touch up on the art much more than the old versions in 2006. The animation style is the same, the graphics are the same, but everything is more 1080p-ish. So it gets a perfect 10 for me. First
Whoa.
impressions.
That's some high praise.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
it's a space opera.
Wait. Yeah. Does this count as a space opera?
No, it's not a space opera, but I forgot
It's a
to
me-
mention
it's a
one
mecha.
thing. It's 10 out of 9.
Damn.
Oh.
It's not even a space opera and he's giving it a 10. What the hell is going on here?
The best girl in this show is
The blonde.
unfortunately not a blonde.
Damn.
It was the blonde. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
It was.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. People die all the time in the show.
Oh,
That's
thank
because
you.
they're killed.
You sure it's not a space opera?
I'm positive it's not a space opera. They did go to space, but it's not outer space.
I see.
Okay.
It's
does
anime
anyone want to-
in space.
Does anyone want to add something to this anime?
Sure.
I
I'll
suppose
check.
I will add something. Oh. go
Okay.
ahead, Sonic.
Let's go with
It's,
Sonic, then Sean.
Okay, so I didn't watch the first or the original Fafner before Exodus, and I started watching Exodus a few seasons ago, and so I've been keeping up with it. And like AnimeKami said, it's very hard to understand what's going on at first, especially coming in, kind of like midway series. But as it's going, you get a feel more for the world and the characters and what's going on. The one thing I agree for sure is that it's definitely a story about people and our relationships and what we choose to do versus our own selfish motivations versus that for the greater good. It can be very depressing at times because of the choices the people made. There's episodes where humans are fighting other humans when they should have been working together to fight off the mirror. And then, poor Canon, spoiler, sorry.
Oh, Canon. Oh, poor Canon.
Speaking of canon, since we're talking about the theme of people being selfless or selfish, the last episode with Canon, for anyone who doesn't watch the show, she has an ability to look into the future and find a path to see where the future leads. And she's been trying this whole time to find a future where she saves everyone. And she thought she found it when she was alone with Kazuki, but she found out that in this particular future, only her and Kazuki live. So she has made a decision in the last episode to choose a future where she gets to be with the one she loves, or, you know, don't go that route and go towards a path where they have a future where multiple people live. And she selflessly chose not to pick the future where she would be happy with the one she loved. And sadly, she passed away for it.
Whoa, that's some spoilers there, Sean.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
that's a strong spoiler.
I did
Wow.
warn everyone beforehand.
This
Now,
whole game
is that
strong.
selfish or selfless of him to spoil all of us for that?
It's pretty damn selfish.
Yeah.
Selfless. He's putting us out of the way here.
He's saving us the pain.
Yep. I just want to say that when Sonic was talking, I imagined a flag kind of waving behind him when he was there.
All right, lady and gentlemen, did you have anything final to say?
Did you just call some of these guys ladies?
I said lady and gentlemen. Steph, I'm the
like
host
that the
here.
show's-
Please.
I don't think
I like
anyone
this
has
show's
seen
not
it.
afraid to kill people.
Okay. With that ado, I think that wraps up the both shows of mine. And so I will have the torch again. And I will not choose Steph because she was pretty rude there by being rude. Miss Rude.
I try my best.
Wow.
Let's go with oh crap! What other anime I did? Ah, yes, Sonic. I choose you.
He's been waiting for this.
I have my notes. Damn it!
Valkyrie Drive.
Kami's
We're not-
Keikaku
s-
already has kicked in.
We're not saving this for last?
No,
Apparently not. We're jumping right into it.
no.
Oh.
Time of the essence. Time of the
Alright.
essence. This is
All
important.
right, Ecchi fans, you're in for a treat because I'm going to talk about Valkyrie Drive Mermaid.
Dun 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 dun.
And non-Ecchi fans, you can tune out right now.
Pretty much.
I don't know. This I don't know if we can say that. Like if you say ecchi, and a lot of people went into the show expecting it to be ecchi, but it's not the ecchi people usually expect nowadays. It's a lot stronger. So I don't know if you can really say if you're ecchi fans, because even some ecchi fans were torn off by it because it was too strong. In a way.
Oh my god, there's porn in my Ecchi.
Yeah, like you think ecchi, you think like, oh, I'm walking into someone in the room and they're naked, or like boob grabs and stuff like that. But like this is like, so
Getting down to it.
So, do you know?
I
So,
would say
yeah.
it's akin to somebody expecting a beer and getting a shot of vodka instead.
like even if you go into
Maybe
it
more like
ecchi,
Everclear.
if you don't know, it's really not.
So are we gonna ever let Sonic talk about the anime?
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
Right. So we set it up pretty well for the fans, right? It's ecchi. Basically, what you expect is ecchi. What you watch was ero anime, and what you got out of it was hentai.
Hey, there's no such thing as hentai. Don't you remember?
He never
It makes you a
Anyways.
hentai. Anyways, back to Sonic. I am so sorry, Sonic, for these rapscallions.
Well, the first episode it throws you straight into the action pretty much. There's this girl, she's thrust into this island mysteriously. They give you just a brief background that she's not quite normal. And then she is immediately met by these other two women that are very, very lewd in their relationship. Now, the thing that I like about it is it has like kind of the weapon and Meister relationship that you see in Soul Eater, but it's not the G friendly kind. Let's just say that. In order to change one partner into the weapon, the other partner has to induce a trance-like state.
Mm-hmm.
And the most efficient way that they determine to do that is basically to get them to a state of coming.
So it's a state of climax, you're saying?
Yes.
Ooh, very eloquently said, Sonic.
And in the first episode there, they basically, the boob grabs and the crotch grabs and everything is getting into that state.
Mm-hmm.
So the ecchi here does serve a purpose to what's happening. It's not just throwing in random stuff like a lot of shows have. So it's not something that you can just take out because the plot is a part of the plot, if you know what I mean.
Right. Now, let me pose some questions, because on our main base of operations, Crunchyroll and Crunchyroll forums, am I allowed to say this? We'll cut this post-production. Thank you. Hint, hint.
Now I know to leave it in.
Yep.
Oh, now we know who the production person is. Noob. Okay. And
Hate mail.
so the forums have been erupting, saying this is
Misogynistic.
misogynistics. Thank you. Damn that GY. And it goes in tandem with rape, sexual assault. Now, to an extent, maybe S&M. There were some S&M scenes. S&M
Yep.
can be interpreted
Yep.
that way. Now, what do you guys and gal think about this? Do you think it's akin to rape and sexual assault?
I would say no, because the relationships are that of the partners, and the partners are consenting to what's going on for the most part.
Most part.
The exception is when, in the first episode, the main heroine is just being thrust into things, and she is suddenly kissed against her will.
Thrust into things. Good. Nice work.
Bow chicka bow wow.
But by episode 3, he's actually instigating it, so it's he kind of.
No, I wouldn't say a kiss is like raping her.
He was doing other stuff as well.
In that second episode, we went borderline there.
Well,
Yes.
by that point though, they had already started to develop a symbiotic relationship, if you want to put it into better terms there. But yeah, I do like how they are developing the relationship though, that it's not just a continual she's upset and not willing and whatever, and they actually are working together and they might actually love each other, which there was also debate in the thread about what makes true Yuri. Can this be a Yuri being this edgy and stuff like that? And I like that it's, an actual relationship going on and not just like the sugar-coated puffy Yuri that you're gonna get in like a Sakura trick.
Mm-hmm. But Sakura trick was type 3 diabetes.
I did not like Sakura Trick.
So someone pick Bio next, Sonic.
And
I want to say two things. Can I say two things
okay.
first?
Yeah.
One, watch this particular series alone. Make sure no one's around.
In the
Number
dark.
two, when you're watching new anime, it doesn't hurt to do a little research beforehand, so you know what you're getting into. because you might accidentally watch the show with other people around, and then you have a lot of explaining to do when certain things appear. Yeah.
Is there a meaning why you said the second thing?
I think you all know why.
I don't know why.
I
Please
know
share.
why. Pull.
Yeah, this is me
Yes.
for a call. You watch it alone in the dark by yourself.
With headphones.
Headphones.
Tissues?
Absolutely no. Like what? What? Ban.
Aiden.
Please, this is PG-13.
Oh, you're one to talk.
I'm
go ahead,
saying with
Bio.
all of you.
Oh, are we moving on to the next show?
Oh no. I thought you said you had something else to add.
Oh, yeah. I'll just say this is a show that after you've seen the preview, you know what you're getting out of. So I mean, don't debate the genres. You just watch it if you're gonna watch it. Sit back, enjoy, or don't enjoy. It's up to you.
You can rage, right? All right. Since Sonic left off with his mystery box, he gets to pick the next person.
After that unashamed discussion, I think we will go with Bio.
Yeah, I knew this is coming back, man. Sure. The show I wanted to discuss was Concrete Revolutio, and first of all, I know a lot of people seem to be getting really confused about this show for some reason. In the show, there's some parts where they show usually half the episode introducing a character, and then they will flash forward 7 years to an event, and we're kind of left in the dark about what has happened in between. And a lot of people are getting confused based on this sudden time switch, and they do this every episode so far. But I'm not having any trouble with it. It even tosses in and says 7 years later, or says what the year is basically. So in terms of that, I know a lot of people are getting confused about that. But this is one of those kind of crazy, creative, very strange shows, basically, where they've tossed in the flashy animation. This looks like a Trigger show. Let's just go with that. And basically, I like the idea of this superhuman bureau, and I'm really intrigued, basically, about exactly what has happened in between when they do their time jumps, because in every episode they've set it up as a cause versus effect, where in one they had the ghost was tried to rescue this bug person, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the bug person, and later on we find out by what he did, he has actually angered this bug person, and it's really changed things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, as a first impression, did you find it comfortable to watch? Is it uncomfortable to watch?
I think it's fun. I don't know. Yeah, comfortable.
Comfortable. Okay. I know how you just got picked on by Sonic, but he had a mystery box, right?
Yeah.
But
Oh man.
there is a certain rule that I just
Uh-oh.
made up right now, right here,
Great.
that says if you are a lady, you can ask any question you want at any time. And
That's dangerous.
Since there's only one lady here, Steph, I believe she has a few questions for you.
I have a question about Concrete Revolution, and I just want to make sure I got it in. Is that I didn't watch episode 1, but I had a very conflicting feeling about it. Is that when I was watching it, it seemed so wacky and fun and kind of random, and that I felt like I should just watch it and turn off my brain and enjoy the ride. But then as you got introduced with the back and forth of time and cause and effect, I by the end of the show I realized I probably should have paid more attention because of that, and I couldn't really decide how to watch it. I have both the feelings of I should pay attention more, but it's so wacky I kind of want it off my brain. Like, did you have any like issue with that, or like does that mellow out? Like, does that even make sense? I don't know.
No, yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. I would say I don't know how many Trigger shows you've watched, but this is a show where you can't really shut your brain off because it's so crazy that you need to keep up with it.
Is it like a Kyosugiga kind of crazy?
Which show?
Kyosugiga?
Oh, yeah, I would actually say yes, definitely. Kyosugiga was... That's a pretty good comparison, actually, in terms of how you should approach it. I don't know if Steph's seen it.
I got the feeling that you should pay attention, but it just feels so, like, bright and wacky, and that it feels like... It's like counter feeling to that. I don't know.
I want to bump in here, going with that same line of discussion.
No. Go ahead.
Aiden, you're not
Fine.
chick.
I'm just gonna tune out.
No, Aiden, come on.
Go back to
No,
what you were
go ahead, Aiden.
Right.
Go ahead.
I don't know. Bio, you were saying how it's reminded you of... I can't remember.
Kyosugiga?
No, not a Kyosugiga. It was a...
Trickle.
It was a Trigger show.
Oh yeah, Trigger show. Personally, I think it's more like a Tatsu Pro show, like Tatsunoko Productions. Sort of like actually similar to Gatchaman Crowds, sort of.
Is it really that intense?
No, Gatchaman Crowds.
It's not really that intense. It's just the way it comes off, and like switching, like Steph said, switching between the goofy parts and then something completely serious, like right after that. It almost makes you want to tune out, but
You can't.
You can't, because
It's very
you need to pay
constant
attention
and
to everything.
Seems to me it's like an eccentric family kind of a show.
That's probably a good one. That doesn't have as much flashy to it, but yeah.
Right.
A lot of good shows are being named right now. Everyone should watch them.
All right, that's my cue right now. All of you should go watch more anime. Don't go to school. I mean, go to school, go to class, watch anime in class, do your homework in school. That makes no sense. Just watch more anime. Okay. I don't endorse that, by the way. I do endorse to watch more anime, but... Okay, Bio, did you want to wrap up?
Yeah, I just want to finish with saying I'm glad we're getting a Maho Shoujo this season. So Kiko is really filling the shoes well.
So Bio chose Concrete Revolutio. That was not his mystery box. He already did it.
I did.
So the power comes back to me.
The power is yours.
The power. How does that guy do it? I have the power. I have control.
The power of Grayskull.
All right, we're gonna go with Sean because I think he's really wanting to talk about that show. Sean.
Well then, my mystery show is Young Blackjack. I don't think anyone else here is watching it.
Please, the floor is all yours.
Oh,
take it away.
Well, there you go. Well then, so this is actually a prequel series to a series from, I think, the 70s called Blackjack. And it follows Hazuma, who, when he was a med student before he got the moniker Blackjack in the underground world. And people who actually watch it have some complaints, and mostly it's about how unrealistic and stupid some people are and the decisions they make. And I honestly cannot blame them for that because people are pretty stupid in this show. I mean, example, first episode, a kid and a whole bunch of people on the train track, and they're stuck in the middle of the train track. And I think they had like a good minute to move out of the way, and nobody moved out of the way. You really can argue against people who say that people are stupid in this show.
I mean, during the whole opening scene with the train track, I was like, someone please just grab the kid. Just grab the kid. You have time. Just grab the kid. And no one was doing it.
Yes, I'm doing a lot of things, but
Well, no, in emergency situations, right, you can't just say call 911. You have to point to the person and say, you call 911. And I'm guessing they kind of cut that part out.
That they did.
Yeah. So there you go. So Young Blackjack, let's get a little bit information about that. Sean, you said it started in the 70s?
Yes, the original 70s or 60s from the same guy who created Astro Boy. So you see, the art style is the same. And I actually think it was a good series, and so I was pretty excited looking to the series this season.
Okay.
And the thing is, the purpose is still the same. It's about questioning you and everyone else's moral code. What do you think is right, and what do you think is wrong?
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the whole show, he finds himself in situations where he can either help or not help a particular person. And these people are not always the nicest. Some of them threaten his life. Some of them are dicks. Some of them are actually good people.
Some people don't pay.
Some people don't pay.
Those are dicks.
Yep.
Yes, they are. But at the end of the day, his moral code is like he does not want to abandon anyone, and he wants to save every life that he can, even if he does some really out there, unrealistic things. Like in the last episode, he's in the middle of a battlefield. It's raining bullets. He can easily get shot, but he still, just runs out there and tries to save a life.
Well, he has protag powers, so he'll be safe.
The
Yeah, he
protag
does have that
genes.
protag hacks.
Protag
Mhm.
armor.
Well, as a first impression, do you think this is a prequel, right?
Yes, technically it is.
As a first impression, do you think this prequel is? Do you think watching this prequel is better for a first timer, and then watching the older series, or should you watch the older series and then the prequel?
Honestly, I think you can do it both ways if you want to. If you watch it here, you start from the beginning when he was younger, and you see him work up to being the man eventually known as Blackjack. But if you want to watch the old series first, since, some people have trouble adjusting from, new animation then back to old, it might be better for them to start with, the old animation and work up to, the new animation. And, get a better grasp of what the story's all about in this universe.
I see. Well, Sean, the floor is still yours if you want to, but the power is also yours. So, the blue pill or the red pill?
Green.
That's a tough choice.
Purple.
Blonde.
Purple. I like purple.
No,
Blonde.
Blonde pill.
Blonde
Blonde's a
pill.
good choice.
Blonde pill.
Too elite for me.
I just want to say that this is...
All right, let me make it easier
Wow.
for you. The
Sean, go
boy
ahead.
or the girl?
Steph did curse a lot earlier. I think I'm gonna pass the baton over to you, Steph.
Okay, well, my favorite anime this season is Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, and it's going to say Gundam from now on. And just before I go into why I like the show, I just want to say a lot of people are comparing it to AZ from a couple seasons ago, and I know some people agree or disagree with that comparison, but I just want to say I only watched a few episodes of AZ, so I can't really do that myself. I'm going to say that I really enjoyed the first episodes of Gundam more than I enjoyed AZ's first episodes. So people can do the comparison after I talk about stuff, not comparing it. One thing I really like about the series is the main character and his relationship with his friend is very much like a bromance, and this kid fully believes in his older brother kind of figure, and he will just kill anyone if this guy wants him to. And they do a lot of flashbacks about this, and I think the usage of them are very well, and it kind of sets up the little conflict that I think is going to probably happen, in which the relationship will be tested or strained by the main character new relationships he's building with people now. And I think that is a very big part of the show for me, along with the combat. Combat is really awesome, and it's like the main character's personality. A lot of people compare him to the AZ's protagonist as well, but I always see him more humanistic than what was his name? What was
Inaho?
You know,
Is he like Inaho?
Let me interject real fast. For those of you who do not know, AZ Steph is referring to Outnoa Zero.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And
It's
let
a
me
space
ask,
opera from
let
a
me,
few
let me ask
seasons ago.
Steph a question first before she continues. Steph, is this Gundam your first Gundam show that you've watched?
No, I've watched a few of those. Gundam Wing, G Gundam, Gundam 00, Gundam Seed.
Mm.
But those last 00 and Seed, I saw only some of it.
Okay. So you're pretty well versed in the Gundam universe. So as your first impression on this show, you did mention it is your favorite of the season.
Yes, my favorite season would be this, Noragami, and Valkyrie Drive.
Okay. And what about this makes it... So you said the bromance and certain aspects, but is it really the first episode that kind of captivated you as captivated this anime for you as your best anime of the season?
The first episode definitely was really solid, like really amazing to me. Like the first half, some people say I got too much exposition, but to me, it totally makes up for it once the battle and the fight starts. Because I think like the use of the music when the Gundam showed up, the uses of the flashbacks, all like combined to just make the climax and then in the moment of that first episode just like badass, and I really enjoyed it.
Super. Well, gentlemen, you heard the ladies' first impressions. If any of you have a first thought, now's the time to speak up.
I'm speaking up. Alright, so I know Steph said a lot of people are comparing this Gundam to Aldnoah Zero, and they're comparing Mika to Inaho. I think they need to go watch more Gundams, damn it.
Which universe?
That's good advice.
Well, so far, I don't know, it's reminding me a lot of 00, actually.
Oh.
Can I get away with build fighters?
No.
Two main things people compare to AZ for is the protagonists and the Martian princess.
But
Alright, let's get
have...
one thing clear first. AZ had the better blonde.
I don't know. I
Well,
kind of
yeah.
on this blonde. Well, I never watched AZ past a few episodes, so I can't say anything.
And the second is that guy's hair is fucking stupid.
Agreed.
Like, how do you see with that thing in front of your eyes the whole time?
But does the blonde have a pendant?
The pendant is pending.
I will
Oh,
say I
snap.
like the blonde's ponytail a lot better than her other hairstyle.
Ponytails
Okay,
are superior.
Needs more twin tails.
No.
As Aiden was saying, you were going on with Gundam.
Oh, sorry.
No one?
No,
I was just going to say one thing. Is I can't talk about episode 3 that much because someone in the audience just said no spoilers. But I think episode 3 made a strong point in which he's way more humanistic to me than Hayo was with the item he got.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I just
Okay.
yeah. I just want to say that Biscuit is actually the same voice as Ino, so he's still in that show. Also, his sisters. What are they?
Crackle and Cookie.
Cookie?
Cracker and Cookie. Oh my God, that is so great.
That's an awesome family line right there.
That is fantastic
Biscuit
right
Cracker.
there.
There's some
Biscuit's
people-
the hefty one, right?
Yeah.
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 He's the best
Oh.
one.
Do you know
Some
why he
people-
became... He got... No, never mind. That's a bad joke. Moving on. So, I think we're going to wrap up the Gundam part for now. And
Bye, Gundam.
Since Steph didn't put that as a mystery box, the power goes back to me. Not
There's
that
only
I
one
need the
anime
power.
left.
Yeah,
Steph,
I mean, I'm...
Please. Please.
I've been keeping track.
I
just gonna go to
understand
Sean
that.
again.
And Aiden, please.
What?
I have the power. I have the power. Aiden, it's your turn to talk about your anime.
Didn't have much of a choice, even though you had your power.
You know what? I'm going to cut the podcast right now.
Everyone, bye.
Oh.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, but what about the people who wanted to hear about Lance and Lolly?
Oh, God.
Lolies
is,
and Masks. Come on,
guys.
anime of the season.
Lolies and Max.
This is a no
Lolies and
usurping
Max.
zone.
All right.
Guys.
Let's give the floor to Aiden and have the utmost respect for his lollies and lollies.
Thank you, Kami. I will graciously accept the floor. This is kind of... I actually wish I could have talked about this earlier, because it's sort of like the counterpoint to Sean's One Punch Man of the season.
You mean
This
Sonic?
is it.
It's fine. I'll take credit for it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry,
That's
Sonic.
so that was Sonic, dude. Aiden,
All right, so it was
memory.
Sonic's One Punch Man, but it's pretty much a straight up shonen action battle anime. I know a lot of people have been going into it thinking it'll be another harem, and the one thing a lot of people have been saying is, since the quote-unquote main heroine of the series is a 6-year-old, they're like, OMG, but she better not become a love interest. No, she's not a love interest. The thing with her is,
She does love the knight in shining armor.
the thing with that is, it's something that's common for children. Is someone that is like 6 years old, they'll take those feelings of like admiration for someone like especially their hero in this case, and they'll claim like those feelings of admiration as love. Like, oh, I'm gonna marry them someday. Or maybe if you want to put a modern example to it, oh, I want to have Justin Bieber's babies.
We're gonna cut that out.
We're gonna cut that. Yeah.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that to our audience?
Now we've made it
this
XXX.
This is a rated anime talk only. We don't talk about
We don't
Real
talk about
people.
real people here.
Western things. Whoever that person is, creature. I just
Gum.
made an enemy of every 16-year-old American.
We're cutting this
Ever.
out, right?
Ever. No. It's staying in here. Alright, getting back to anime, I was talking about this anime before. I mentioned how it reminded me a lot of like older shonen anime, similar to well, not quite Yu Yu Hakusho, but it's a lot similar to I think it's similar to animes like Flame of Recca and Tokyo Underground, where it's basically the knight, being the white knight that he is, he meets his princess, and he's protecting this princess from the quote-unquote evil organization.
That
And
would
that's-
be like Flame of Recca.
Yeah.
That's pretty much been where this has been going so far. I have to say that the action has been pretty good in this so far. The animation and the soundtrack have... Well, the animation, I think it needs a little bit of work. It doesn't look as good as like the top tier animation, but
Would you say that the animation made a solidified its impression on you as being whether it's good or bad? It's certainly unique, right?
it's definitely unique, especially the character designs.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm still enjoying it, and I'll definitely be continuing to watch it for the rest of the season.
Okay.
I believe Bio said probably be like the sleeper hit that not many people watch, but those
Dark
that do
Horse.
watch it will, those that watch it will enjoy it.
Certainly.
Yep. It's just steadily getting better, I'd say.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Lollies in Lollies. And I'm going to open up the floor to everyone who wants to chime in a little bit. Anyone?
I just want to say one thing.
Okay, go ahead.
let's
Go
go
ahead,
bio.
Bio.
Let's go bio, Sean. Sorry.
Okay. The style for this show is just looking at the cover it's very off-putting. It looks like they're all a bunch of lollies, even the adults. And there is something about the style. I'm pretty sure their eyes are just spread too far apart, honestly.
Hey, that's
But
my complaint. What are you doing?
but yeah, it's gotten better. It's building a story, and actually the relationship with the 6-year-old is actually more heartwarming than all the other people who are supposing it would be pedophilic. So
Would you say it creates an erection in your heart?
Whoa.
As long as it's just
be-
in your heart.
I gotta
Whoa.
be careful with this one.
we can't get into the state of coming here right now.
That question? Can we just... that did not happen.
Not this again.
No,
yeah.
I'm not gonna say the erection in the heart.
You know,
He's got a
before we all
threat.
go to jail, let's just move on to Sean.
Yes. If the show has taught me anything, is that if you want to build your own harem, or if you want to pick up the ladies, White Knight Syndrome will put you on the fast track to slaying them biddies.
God, we were just tossing
Super.
in some fantastic vocabulary tonight.
Yes, we are.
know
Okay,
that.
let's get a final wrap up on any shows that we didn't get a chance to hit upon. Let's not spend too much time on it, and wrap up from there. Let's go ladies first in alphabetical stuff.
I think I talked about the shows I'm really into. Like we talked about, I don't have any that we didn't talk about.
Okay, Aiden?
Owari Monogatari. More Monogatari is always a good thing.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Right, Bio?
Two things, quick. I just want to toss out that Owari no Seraph actually is quite solid this season. I know a lot of people were really dissatisfied with Studio, but they're actually taking their Attack on Titan 2 budget and putting some of it into Seraph. So that's nice. Unfortunately, our openings and endings have decreased, but and then the second thing is Anti-Magic Academy. I just want to take a moment to recognize a character who gets walked in on and does not flip shit on the main character, and that was just great.
It's not his fault, right?
She just politely asked him to leave because she was uncomfortable, and that is perfect.
Absolutely perfect. Alright, Sean? Oh, nah, no, you don't get a word after this. Sean?
Damn it.
As far as the battle harems go this season, I like Chivalry the best out of all three, or how many ever out there, because Chivalry is Stella, and I hope you all realize that.
Bad pun is bad.
You guys enjoyed it. And
2 out of 5.
and even though Noragami is a great show, and
Origami is very good.
there's been a void left in my heart ever since Pillar Boys ended. And I didn't think I was gonna find that anime again this season, but Anime the Training X, right there, hits me in the feels. What a great show! Great show that everyone should watch.
Those
Alright.
exercise girls.
Sonic?
Wow.
Exercise girls. There you go.
Sonic? Yeah.
I think for people that like intellectual type anime, The Perfect Insider is definitely one you should check out. The first episode was pretty intriguing. It's also Noitami now, which they usually do very intellectually stimulating shows, or things that are just kind of eccentric and off the walls with the way that they go about presenting things. A short that I am enjoying is Anime de Training. It's
Sonic gets it.
It's basically showing you how to do different exercises, but in a somewhat humorous and lewd way.
Ooh, dude.
Ooh, I somehow feel people who watch the show are only training their left muscles or their right muscles in their hands for some weird reason.
We really did go off the deep end this episode.
Oh man. Oh boy.
I am also enjoying Chivalry of a Failed Knight. That's probably my favorite one of the harem type shows too.
Mm.
The only other one that I'm keeping up with so far is Comet Lucifer, which is somewhat like Eureka 7, but a lot more zany and unrealistic.
Hey, cat pigeons, man.
This was kind of lackluster in the recent episodes, though.
Yeah, the most recent episode was very like cartoony, I guess you could say, in just the way that it was very silly.
Mm-hmm.
Like the storyline went into like the classic villain, over the top, doing villainy things while the heroes save the day, sort of.
Alright, I think I'll finish with an anime that's not mentioned. It's Utawareru Mono Itsuwari no Kame. And it's one of those shows that just speaks wonders by having its good fantasy setting. The characters kind of play upon each other. Wow, I'm stuttering. They play upon each other. I need some dihydrogen monoxide.
You were able to say Utawareru Mono.
Say the harder one.
Of course, absolutely. My native language is not English, by the way. And so, the final thing I want to leave off with is there are no blondes in the anime. There's that one bird, though. Man, that bird. That bird.
Is it a cat pigeon?
I don't know what the hell it is.
It's a giant talking bird that blushes all the time.
Okay, and I think that's our wrap-up for the Fall Impressions and Podcast 5. I'm going to go through all the podcast members, and they'll give a little sing, and we'll end with that. Again, we're going to start with the girl who cannot tank, Steph.
Hi, I can't tank. Bye. Thank you for watching. Listening. Oh.
All right,
Fantastic.
Aiden, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Aiden. Goodbye.
We're going to need a lot of work here. Bio?
We'll see you guys next time.
Okay. Sean?
Seriously, everyone. Anime The Training X. Go watch it.
Sonic?
Valkyrie Drive, Mermaid, if you want a fun show to watch this season.
Okay, I have been your host, AnimeKami. You can find us on soundcloud.com /UsagiRoll, and Twitter at UsagiRollPod, and on YouTube, UsagiRoll Podcast. And until next time, watch more anime, and I will see you later. Goodbye.
You forgot iTunes.
There's an iTunes now?
There is an iTunes.
Wow.
Wow.
We're amazing.
Post-production.
It's about fucking time this thing ended.